Great to have you in the studio this morning, Patsy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, before we start getting up close and personal with you, Patsy, first, can you just tell us about paraganglioma? I mean, it's not something you hear every day. What is it?
Well, basically, it's tumors, rare tumors that grow along the parasympathetic nervous system, and that's what feeds your head and your neck. And it also grows along the sympathetic chain. So it really depends on where it grows. This was about 10 years ago when I first found out. It started with just a lump on my neck, and it looked like, well, at first I thought it was just an enlarged lymph node, and the first doctor also thought so. And then along the way, I ignored it for a long time, and then it became bigger and bigger, and then I stumbled upon another doctor, a friend whom I was interviewing at that time, and he said, "I think you better get it checked." I said, "No, don't worry about it. It's just, you know, an enlarged lymph node." I said, "No, you better just get it checked, just in case." And then it turned out that it was actually what they call bilateral carotid artery tumor. Basically, I had two. This one bilateral.
And you were given the diagnosis and you were undergoing treatment for it. What was the reaction from your children? You have 3 children, and your family members as well as your close friends.
I think as far as the kids were concerned, they were quite small at the time. They were quite sheltered from the whole experience. So
how old were they at the time?
My youngest at the time was only 7 months old. The other one was about 3. The eldest was probably about 5 or 6. So they didn't really know what the whole thing was all about.
Okay.
You know? So it was basically friends and family who were helping me out. I think though at the end of the day, I still felt I was very alone because it was my body, my surgery, and no one could have a handle on my case. I mean, you could be there to hold my hand, but I was the one that went through the whole consultation, the whole madness I was going through.
At which point in your journey battling, you know, paraganglioma, did you decide to write the book?
At the end, when they told me that my last tumor had shrunk, I thought that was great news. And I thought at that point of time, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to tell people what this is about, to get information out there, so that the next person won't have as much trouble as I did. I mean, at the end of the day, it could be a small thing. They could be just having a small tumor and get it out at the start. And if they manage to do that, I think I would help someone instead of having to go through 5, 6, 7 operations as I did.
What was the process? I mean, did it take very long for you to write this book?
Well, I took about a month to write the whole thing, about 70% of it. And it took me another 1.5 years to refine the whole thing.
Okay.
The end.
And did you have MPH publishing in mind when you...
No. Actually, I actually approached quite a few publishers, and a lot of them were saying, "Oh no, it's not a marketable book. It's not commercial. It's not your average cooking book." You know, they didn't really want to do it. They didn't think it would sell. They didn't think it was interesting enough, actually, because who wants to read about tumors and lumps? I mean, what's so interesting about that? I must say I'm really grateful to MPH to have taken me on and to have thought that it was a project that was worth pursuing. But I did try to make it easier for them as well, since I said, look, I'm going to pepper it with stories of being a mother, which would make it more easier to relate to.
Mm-hmm.